There's a hidden signal you've been sending, and it's shaping everything around you. You're creating your reality, even when you don't mean to, especially then. Not just when you're aligned, focused, or visualizing, but in the moments you're spiraling, doubting, scrolling mindlessly, or whispering nothing ever changes. The universe is still listening, not to your words, to your state. And that's the part no one tells you. Because once you see the blueprint, you'll never look at your life the same way again. Most people think they're only creating reality when they're being intentional, when scripting, visualizing, or meditating. But the truth is, you're creating all the time. Even when you're doubting, even when you're numbing out on autopilot, reality doesn't care whether you're trying. It responds to the energy you're radiating beneath the surface. And here's the twist. That energy is shaped by years of programming. Family patterns, childhood imprints, cultural noise. These things live in your subconscious and steer your perception like an invisible compass. You might say you want abundance, but if your inner world is wired for scarcity, that's what gets broadcasted, and the universe echoes it back with eerie precision. That's why some people feel like they're blocked. They're not lazy or unworthy. They're just unconsciously tuned to a frequency that keeps looping the same results. When you finally see this, it's not scary. It's empowering. Because it means you don't need more effort. You need more awareness. And with that awareness, everything starts to shift. Every belief you hold is like a pair of tinted glasses. You might not see them, but you're seeing through them. If you believe people can't be trusted, you'll spot betrayal before kindness. If you believe life is hard, you'll miss every easeful opening. Beliefs aren't just thoughts, they're frequency settings, and they edit reality in real time. Most beliefs weren't even chosen. They were absorbed from parents, teachers, religion, media. Think about it. How many of your truths were ever questioned? How many were just inherited, repeated, and reinforced? Those unchecked beliefs become the architecture of your experience and reality. It simply follows the blueprint you've accepted as law. But here's the beauty. Beliefs can be rewritten. Start by noticing them. Catch yourself in the moment. This always happens to me. Pause. Ask, where did that belief come from? Is it still true? The more you observe without judgment, the more flexible the belief becomes. And once it bends, reality bends with it. Thoughts are powerful. But emotion is the fuel. It's the electricity behind every creation, the vibration the universe actually responds to. You can say, I'm abundant all day, but if your body feels fear, tension, or shame, that's what you're really transmitting. The universe doesn't hear words. It feels energy. That's why emotional awareness is everything. Not suppression, not bypassing, but honest feeling. Emotions are messengers, not enemies. When you repress them, they store as static. But when you feel them fully, they move. And once they move, your vibration clears. You stop leaking energy into the past and become magnetic to the present. Want to shift your reality? Start with your emotional signature. Do daily emotional check-ins. Ask, what am I feeling right now? And what's underneath that? Practice breath work, movement, mirror work, whatever helps you process instead of repress. Because when your emotions align with your desires, creation becomes inevitable. Your attention is currency. Wherever you invest it, grows. So when you constantly focus on problems, lack, or drama, you're feeding that timeline. Not because you deserve it, but because energy flows where attention goes. And identity? That's just attention turned inward. The story you keep telling about who you are. If you keep rehearsing, "I'm not good enough," "I always mess this up," or "nothing works out for me," congratulations, you're affirming your character daily. The nervous system wires itself to match the role you keep playing. And then, reality does too. It's not punishment, it's programming. But there's a way out. Choose your attention like you choose your food. Curate your thoughts like you curate your feed. When you catch an old identity looping, interrupt it. Speak differently. Stand differently. Even if it feels fake at first, it's a start. Because the future version of you isn't something you find. It's something you focus into existence. Ever notice how the same kind of problem keeps showing up? Different faces, different places, but the same emotional echo. That's not coincidence. That's an emotional loop. These loops are patterns built from unresolved emotions, often rooted in past experiences or inherited beliefs. And because your subconscious seeks familiarity, it recreates scenarios that match those emotional signatures, like a cosmic déjà vu that refuses to end until it's truly seen. Here's the kicker. Your nervous system gets addicted to certain emotional states, not because they're pleasant, but because they're familiar. If chaos is what you grew up with, stillness feels like a threat. If rejection was common, love feels suspicious. And so your body unconsciously attracts, even creates, circumstances that allow you to feel what's familiar, even if it hurts. That's how self-sabotage often hides in plain sight. Breaking the loop starts with awareness. Notice the patterns. Journal the emotions that come up when things go wrong. Ask, where have I felt this before? Then, do the brave thing. Feel it fully, without distraction. Emotions are like messengers. If ignored, they knock louder. But if welcomed, they deliver insight. And once seen clearly, a loop loses its grip because you're no longer acting it out blindly, but observing it consciously. And that changes everything. Control feels safe, doesn't it? Like if we just try hard enough, plan every move, and grip tightly enough, we can keep chaos at bay. But here's the twist. The more we try to control reality, the more resistance we meet. Why? Because control is fear in disguise. It's the mind saying, "I don't trust what's unfolding, so I'll force it." But life isn't a machine to be programmed. It's a river to be navigated. Surrender isn't weakness. It's the ultimate strength. It's not giving up. It's letting go of the illusion that you always know best. Think about it. How many of your biggest breakthroughs came from moments you didn't plan? The opportunities you never saw coming, the people you met by chance, the detours that changed everything. That's the art of aligned surrender, releasing control, but keeping intention. To practice this, start small. Let go of micromanaging every outcome. When plans shift, ask, what's this redirecting me toward? Meditate on the phrase, I allow things to unfold in perfect timing. Journal about where you're holding tension and what would happen if you released it. The truth is, reality bends most when you stop pushing and start listening, because in surrender, you align with a force far wiser than control could ever be. Most people think manifestation is about visualizing something and waiting for the universe to drop it in their lap, like ordering cosmic Amazon Prime. But manifestation doesn't work like that. It's not passive, it's participatory. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. Conscious creation means taking responsibility for your inner world, not just your mood boards. Passive manifestors wait for signs. Conscious creators become the sign. Instead of asking, "When will it come?" they ask, "Who do I need to become to receive it?" That one shift changes everything. They stop obsessing over outcomes and start aligning with states of being: abundance, gratitude, worthiness, presence. That alignment is magnetic. It doesn't chase, it attracts. So here's a practice. Before setting a goal, ask yourself, what's the frequency of the version of me who already lives this? Then, show up as that version today, in how you speak, walk, create, and choose. It might feel strange at first, like trying on clothes that aren't broken in yet. But the more you wear that identity, the more reality begins to reflect it back. Because the universe doesn't give you what you fantasize about. It gives you what you embody. Here's a wild truth. Reality is not trying to punish you or reward you. It's trying to show you you. Every situation, every person, every result. It's all feedback, a mirror. And sometimes the reflection is messy, uncomfortable, even painful, but it's always accurate. The outer world is simply the echo of your inner state. Once you really get that, blame dissolves and power returns. Think of life like a dance floor. You move. It moves. You shift your rhythm. It responds. If the same patterns keep showing up, scarcity, conflict, resistance, don't just look outside for the cause. Look within for the broadcast. What beliefs are you projecting? What energy are you leading with? What stories are you repeating under your breath? Reality listens and reflects. Want to change the feedback? Change the input. Shift your self-talk. Tune your emotional baseline. Start asking, what is this moment teaching me about me? That question alone can transmute frustration into clarity. It turns, why is this happening to me? Into, what is this trying to show me? And with that shift, reality stops being something you suffer through and becomes a tool for your evolution. So now that you've seen the blueprint, what are you going to build? You're not a bystander. You're not unlucky. You're the architect of this moment and the next. And if you've been creating unconsciously until now, that's okay. Because awareness is the reset button, and you just pressed it. The universe isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to become intentional. So ask yourself, what have I been broadcasting without realizing it? And more importantly, what would happen if I started broadcasting on purpose? Drop a comment and share. What's one thing you're changing today to shift your reality? What pattern are you finally ready to outgrow? If this resonated with you, if something clicked, stirred, or simply felt true, subscribe to Infinity Echoes and turn on the notifications. Because this isn't just a video, it's the beginning of your journey into conscious creation.